Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Choppersrustycustoms, home of the Rustification Nation. Yes, sir. Let's get this going. I got a few things to share with you. An update. Yeah, I know, update. I don't do those very well, but I'm trying. So, work with me just a bit. But anywho, I've been working along, working through a few different things. Went back and readdressed the 32. Guess what? I did it. There is no glue on that front windshield nowhere. I tried something I've been thinking about and I was curious about. I seen it every time we go to the Walmart craft section or Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and so on and so forth. It's called tacky glue. I was like, well, just how tacky could it be? I mean, glue's glue. So I picked me up a bottle of this tacky glue at Walmart. I think I paid $2 for it. Yeah, it's probably gonna last me forever and a day. But anywho, so I recut another window. Put some tacky glue on a little water cap, and took a toothpick and got in there and just barely daubed it around, so I could get some kind of, to see how it was going to adhere. Took my tweezers, carefully put it in there and set, and went, oh crap, it's going to fall. And I just kind of looked at it and it didn't move. I was like, okay, it's still not moving. Okay, so I take that same Q-tip and I go and grab a little more of that tacky glue just to kind of get it above it and blow it. Left it alone for 24 hours sitting on my table. Come back and there's no glue on the window. The tacky glue cleared. It never moved 1 inch, 1 iota, nada. So I was like, okay, I now know what I'm doing my windows with from now on. It'll be tacky glue. Try it out, see what you all think. Let me know. And then we started work on a 66 Chevy Nova gasser. Went in and shaved all the body lines off of it. Or chrome lines, sorry. Cleaned it up real well. Decided it didn't need the vents in the front, so I took some Tamiya putty, filled them all in, along with, I had sanded off the windshield wipers because it's going to be on a quarter mile. I made my own, cowl hood for it. It's not beautiful, but I'm just getting ready to do some light gray primer on this stuff so I can see where I'm at as far as body work I have to do. And then we're building a 409 big block. Let's see. There we go. I got basically it put together, everything that I'll probably end up painting the same color: the block, the heads, the intake manifold. I'll end up taping off the transmission and paint it afterwards. So that's going along pretty good. And I sat down this morning and I took some pictures of the minis I've been working on, which I'll put in here in a little bit. There's 4 of them. The first one's a Wizard. Now, these are really small. I hold them up to the camera and everything, but I'm afraid to just blur out. So I tried taking pictures, and I think I did pretty good. And then there's another one. I can't think of his name. I'll have to look him up. But I got him when I bought my first set of D&D miniature paints. And then I got a Dwarf that I painted. Posted it up on one of the mini pages I'm part of. And got some really good response on it. Some guidelines, some, try and do this, look at this. So this weekend I'll be pulling him out and trying to fix the spots that I was told that I need to kind of fix. And the last one I'm working on, he's interesting. I watched somebody paint him online. Liked what they did. It kind of went with their idea, but I'm going to change up a little bit for my own likes. So I've got 2 done, 2 partials, or whips as we call them. And you know, y'all, I'm just having all sorts of fun. You know, watching videos on YouTube of all the different people that paint minis and their way of painting them, and learning about paints. And you know, there's as much to do with the miniature as there is build a model. You know, for your Warhammer 4000 and like that, 40K, excuse me, 40,000. You know, you got to assemble them, you got to fix the mold lines, you got to make sure the seams are right, and then you prime them, and then you shoot them with the light coat of white primer from top. That helps you with your highlights and stuff. And then you got to sit down and paint, do a base paint, and then you do like washes, and then you do contrast paints, and then you start layering on top of that to get your highlights, and like the lights beaming off my forehead right here, you know, that kind of stuff. And then you shoot them with the gloss clear, so it really sets the paint and makes it look good. And then you shoot them with a flat to kind of flatten them back down a little bit so they're not quite so shiny. But there's a ton to learn. The other day I was talking to my wife about it. She says, it does my heart good to see that you're really into your miniatures. I said, yeah, I love them. And so they're right up there in the same field as my model building. You know, I'm building models and I'm thinking about different ideas for a miniature or a base or a diorama I might want to make. And then on top of that, I'm painting miniatures and I'm thinking, oh man, I got to do this to that model, or you know, this is the color I want to go with. How do I want to get there? And it's exciting for me. You know, I don't know if you can tell or not. A lot of my videos are, I'm excited with life now. I'm learning new things. I'm trying new things. You know, and I'm trying to learn and deal with the issues that's around us. You know, speaking of the coronavirus that we're all dealing with now, you know, it's difficult. You know, I'm on pills for my depression. I have anxiety and panic attacks, which all this feeds. And if you follow me on Facebook, you'll see my morning drool, as I call it. And I talked about this the other day, about how all of this two-sidedness, how some people are just so ingrained in, oh my God, we're all going to die tomorrow from this. And all the people that deal with this kind of stuff by making jokes and memes and, you know, playing it down and stuff. And it just weighed hard on my heart. And I got into a depressive mode. You know, I just shut down. And I put this in one of my morning drools. And a good friend of mine contacted me, you know, maybe 20 minutes after I put my post up. He says, you know what I'm going to do? I says, what's that? He says, we're going to set up an Instagrams, which I have and he has already. He says, and if you do this, there's a little, when you go into, for people's names, there's a little camera icon there. You can touch it. And it's basically like calling through Skype or FaceTime on Apple products. And you can talk back and forth and you can see each other. And he said, when you have issues, when all the stuff builds up in you and you need help dealing with it, hit me up. We'll talk. I'll help you through this. And you know, y'all, I'm honest with y'all. Y'all know that. I'm a very sentimental man. My emotions are really, really true. I almost cried. Because somebody was willing to take time out of their life to help me through a situation that was making my life hard. But now I know I have people that are there. Excuse me, I'm just trying to... I fidget. That are there in that moment of time that I need that help. You know, maybe some of you have some friends and stuff that deal with the same thing. Reach out and help them. You know, but I'm gonna get off this sad and dreary thing. Exciting things coming. Really exciting things coming. I'm kind of on a new route of building. And I'm going to be doing some gassers and still doing my rusty stuff. And I ain't getting ready for my rusty stuff, folks. That's my bread and butter. That's my love of my life for building models is putting them back to where, you know, when they was ran. And not everybody had the money to go out and buff them every Saturday or had the drive or time to go and clean them every Saturday or whatever you want to call it. You know, some people that just drive them because that's my rig, I'm driving it, kind of thing. I've looked at some more models that I have in my stash, kind of pulled them out so I can start playing with them. It's just mind-blowing on how life can change from one minute to the next and everything's all new again. You know? I'm hoping and praying right now, and I send out all my love and thoughts to y'all, that you're not infected with this coronavirus, and I pray that y'all are staying safe. You know, and that you all are taking heed to what this is and what it really is. You know? But, so I'm going to do a little picture thing at the end because for my little minis I'm building or painting. You know, if you have any interest in it, you want to talk about it, my email will be in the description of this video. Follow me on Facebook. We can talk on Facebook Messenger. Whatever you want to do, Haas, I'm here. So with this getting a little over 12 minutes and I haven't added anything to it, I guess I better shut my big old mouth and get on out of here and let y'all do what you're going to do. But first of all and most of all, folks, be safe. Love your family like there was no tomorrow. Show your friends what a real friend is. And peace. Oh, wait a minute. That's rust in peace. Remember that. I'm out of here.